there was not a buffer on this stream, which is another important factor. A lot of times in our NEPA documentation, in the past, buffers were put on streams in riparian areas. On a perennial stream such as Mineral Creek, it is not uncommon to find a buffer of 300 feet, wherein there would have been no mechanical thinning and potentially no prescribed burning, in which case there's a high likelihood that this would have been a fuel corridor that then could have been completely eaten up during the wildfire. And so yet another important lesson learned here is the fact that buffers or buffering streams, doing nothing, no sort of management in them, is still a management decision that has consequences. And in the case of fisheries, it can have dire consequences sometimes. And so what I saw, I was out here about 5 days after this area burned. And as I walked up the stream, you could see where the ground fire had come up to the riparian area. There was the odd alder or two that burned, but in general, as you can see, all of the alders in the riparian area is in beautiful shape. You know, and I attribute that to the mechanical thinning, but also importantly to Rob's prescribed burning that had just happened, you know, the May 2013 before, in protecting this area from the fire as it came through, especially given how drought stressed this entire area was when the San Juan Fire occurred. It was the lowest that we had seen Mineral Creek at. On average, it was about 1 inch deep, and the alders, and you could tell that they were drought stressed, and yet because of the prescribed burning and the thinning, this riparian area is preserved. And we got some of the patchy burn into it, which I think is so important because it's going to create patches and disturbance for new riparian saplings, alders to come in and regenerate, so it's not just a decadent alder stand in years to come. We'll have different age classes. And so that's why I thought that this was an important lesson learned of the San Juan Fire, was that combination of the mechanical thinning, the prescribed burning before this wildfire occurred, in protecting this Apache trout stream, which is a threatened fish on the Endangered Species Act.